Alright, what we're looking at here is a 2011 13-inch MacBook Pro. This was sent in to me for repair by one of my friends, and basically what he told me was it was taken apart completely and put back together, and after it was put back together, the MagSafe charger stopped working, like the port stopped working on it, and I think he said the left or the right speaker stopped working, so we're going to go ahead and completely tear this thing down and see what's going on with it. First of all, I apologize for the extremely shaky video. My current camera's battery is dead, so I couldn't record this video with it. But yeah, I'll do what I can do. This is my iPhone, so yeah, sorry about the shakiness in advance. But here it is. The MacBook Pro itself looks to be in pretty good shape overall. When you open it up, you know, looks pretty good. Looks like a nice, you know, computer. Looks like a MacBook Pro. Yeah, there you go. It's in pretty good shape. But what I noticed when I was looking at it is, if my stupid phone will focus, please. Okay, there. Yeah, as you can... iPhone, don't have time for this. Come on. There we go. As you can see there, yeah, that doesn't look right. Something is wrong there, so we're going to go ahead and tear it down and see what's going on. Obviously, that does not look like it would be functional in any form. Yeah, that doesn't seem good. So, we're gonna go ahead and take a crack at it, and we're gonna fix it. So, yeah, here we go. I guess I will just go ahead and start tearing it down. Here is just a little piece of advice, though. When you're working on computers and expensive electronics, you're going to want to generally have a repair manual open, especially if there's one open. I don't care how experienced you are. I don't care if you think you know what you're doing or not. Even I think I know what I'm doing. Well, I know what I'm doing, and I still open repair manuals if possible. So for this thing, there's an iFixit repair manual that tells you a lot of different things. There are differently length screws all throughout this machine. You have to put them in the right spots, or else you can end up damaging something. So, you know, you just want to go ahead and pull up the repair manual just to make sure you're not missing any steps or seeing anything that you've never seen before on a product like this. So that's just a good tactic. So I'm going to go ahead and do that on my MacBook Pro over here, and then we will see what's going on with this machine. So the first thing I'm going to do, obviously, is start where we need to start, and that is by taking the bottom panel off. And I hope these screws are differently length too. There's the ones on the top are differently length from the bottom, as far as I know. So I hope they were put back in their original spots. The thing is I'm probably going to have to do some estimation here. I'm probably going to have to look at the repair manual. It will list the lengths of all the screws, and we will see if they're in the right places. I'm going to try to do that as much as possible, because you really don't want to screw in the wrong place. An example is the iPhone 4. There is one screw all the way at the top near the antenna band when you're tearing that thing down. And if you don't screw that in all the way or in the right place, you can end up either damaging the LCD or disabling your Wi-Fi. So yeah, it's important to put screws back where they need to go. So anyway, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get into this thing. Now, is this thing... Wow, I am surprised. It uses Phillips screws. I'm not sure if the pentalobe drivers or the pentalobe screws were never introduced on these unibody MacBook Pros. I'm not sure. I know they were introduced in the Retina, obviously, but whatever. Cool. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get started, and I'll update you guys later. I took the front, or the rear panel off, and we are greeted with a MacBook. Now, upon scanning this entire thing, let's see if we can see anything. It's a little out of place. No? Don't see it? That there's just the screw casually laying right there. So something is wrong, and that would be why this whole assembly is not in place properly. As you can see there, something went horribly wrong. So we are going to fix that, and as you can see, these two screws are different lengths. So I need to figure out from this iFixit repair manual if they're going to work. I mean, like, yeah. Now I'm going to see where those go. And as you can see, there you go. There's another screw just casually laying there. I hope that's not broken. Okay, yeah, it's not. It looks slightly stripped, which is bad. Sometimes strip screws are a pain in the royal ass. Looking over these screws, they don't look to be in too bad a shape, so yeah, it looks to be missing a few screws. I can see one missing there, I can see one missing over here. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and tear this whole baby down and see what's going on with it, see if I can uncover anything else. But so far, yeah, there's misplaced screws, there's missing screws, and yeah, we can obviously see what the problem is over there. So I'm going to go ahead and take it down, tear it down, and get down to that DC in board, and we'll see what's going on. Another screw just casually resting right there, and I can't get it out with my finger, so tweezers. Another screw just casually resting inside the computer. I don't know where these go, so I hope I figure it out. Okay, now we can get on with the teardown. Gotten the battery connector out. We've gotten the fan connector out right here, but I figured something else out if I can get my screwdriver. Again, with the screw length mix-up, this screw right here isn't holding anything in, and as you can see, it just came out. So, yeah, we are slowly discovering the issues. So I will keep tearing down, and I will try to sort through these screws. That hole right there, hold on. This hole right here, there was a screw in there, and it was very stripped, but I was able to get it out. And as you can see here, the screw is quite stripped, so I probably will not be using that screw, honestly. I'd rather have no screw than a stripped one. So, yeah, that screw, again, was not in its right spot. I'm measuring these with my very precise iFixit ruler, and I found one that was in the right place. That's that lone one on the piece of paper over there. That one was in the right place. I'm not too sure about the one that I'm taking out now, but we shall see. Now, see, okay, yeah, that screw just popped out on its own. So, yeah, there's another screw that I don't think is in the right place. So, I mean, working on this machine is quite an adventure, but I hope I can do it. I'm going to get the fan out, probably some other things, and I'll come back to you. Okay, after many attempts at fighting this thing, all the screws are out. I have no idea what the lengths are. I have to look at this before I put it back together, but there is a big problem. Problem number one. Yeah, these two wires go to absolutely nothing. This is for the right speaker. So, and furthermore, the cable that was supposed to plug into here is completely gone, and it looks like there is some dirt or something. I don't know what that is. So, yeah. But the worst thing is this MagSafe port here. Yeah, you can see that the wires got caught right in the screw hole, and it's just frayed all the wires, and this one is broken. So he needs a new MagSafe port. This part right here, he needs a new one of these before this computer is going to charge batteries again. Now, I don't know. I'm going to try to fix it. I don't know if I'm going to be able to, but I will try my best, and we will see how it goes. So, I'll be back. So, here we are. We can see the MagSafe connector, and I have went ahead and soldered the connection back, and I taped it up with electrical tape just to prevent, you know, interference or short-circuiting or whatever. And we're going to go ahead and just test it at its current form. I know you probably shouldn't do this, but I want to know that it works before I put the computer back together. So the moment of truth, here we go. Oops, that did not go on right. Okay, there. Oh my god, it worked. As you can see, we have a green light, meaning the computer is receiving power. So that means that the computer will be able to charge batteries. And as for these two wires that were sticking out that go to nothing, that just goes to a grounding screw, so I'm not too worried about that. The computer will still function. Now, as for the speaker connector, yeah, it's kind of screwed. It's missing a contact on here. I'll reconnect it, but I don't know if it's going to work. So the main thing is it charges batteries and it'll be functional again. So yeah, so I have to go ahead and go sort through all of these screws I found through the machine, figure out which ones go where, and put it back together. So I'm going to go ahead and work on that. As the plan, well, first of all, I soldered the connection back. Sorry I didn't get a video of that, but I was able to solder the wire back where it needed to go. And as you can see here, I've had to kind of improvise because the two thread holes that hold these two screws in are completely stripped out. It will not hold the screw in, so the MagSafe port just kind of flops around. So what I did was I put some electrical tape right here. I'm going to put just a little bit of layer of padding right there, and then hopefully theoretically when you put the back cover on, it will kind of compress this whole thing and just keep it in one spot. But we tested it like we tried, and it does charge batteries, so now all we need to worry about is just keeping it in one spot securely. So I'm going to work on that. I'm going to go ahead and figure out where these screws go again in the motherboard, and we're going to put this thing back together. We'll verify that it charges batteries, and we'll call it good. It's back together. Everything is back to normal, I assume. Everything is connected. It's all working, hopefully. I'm going to go ahead and put the bottom cover on, and we'll power it up, see if it charges batteries. It's back together completely. Now I'm going to go ahead and plug it in. Okay. I'm going to go ahead. Okay. The battery is charging. And as you can see, the MagSafe port is slightly loose, but that's because these screws, like I said, the screw holes are completely stripped out. So the only way to mount it in there is with compression. So it's not as loose as it was before, and it's definitely better, but it's slightly loose. But it does work, so who cares? Let's go ahead and turn it on. There we go. I heard a speaker, so I'm not sure if the left or right speaker works, but it does have sound. The computer is fully functional, just except for one of the speakers. But yeah, there we go. It's charging batteries again. Everything is working. I already turned it on once, so I know it works, but yeah. So cool. That was another successful repair. And yeah, this thing is in full working order, almost. It's very close to being in full working order. So there you go. That's really all I can do for this machine. If you wanted the other speaker to work, you have to buy a whole new logic board, but screw that. You don't need that. So yeah. Just wait for it to boot up. Well, actually, no, I'm not going to do that. I know it works. I tested everything already. Everything is fully functional. So yeah, there you go. That's another successful laptop repair. And yeah, thanks for watching this video. And goodbye.